Welcome back to the Workbench, where uncut and unedited, you can watch me try to make something. And what we're making right now is an accurate miniatures McLaren M8B. It's a 1/24th scale Can-Am car. And yesterday we actually finished step one. So let me bring it on over. Basically, we have our engine, bell housing, transaxle, and bulkhead all built up with a lot of the oil lines and those sorts of things. We've got all the A&N fittings painted up and whatnot. So we got all that done yesterday. And then I've gone ahead and painted up everything for step two, which basically is the headers and then two, what are these even called? They're supports of some sort. Yeah, whatever these are, these supports that come off the engine. Now, I went ahead and read, so this is all I've got for today, and I'm gonna explain why. I went ahead and read forward in the instructions here, and let me just kind of highlight what it says right here in this gray box up here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but basically this says we will now be assembling the most complex portion of this kit. The relationship of the suspension components and the real cars often require the removal of parts to gain access to the desired location, especially in the area of the header engine supports, which is what these actually are now. Those are the header engine supports. This kit has included all of these pieces and has attempted to keep them both scale and correct in location. Due to this extremely tight environment, you may elect to leave certain parts off due to difficulty in maintaining this real-world relationship. So basically what they're saying is we can choose to put these on or not. They're giving us the option because apparently it's very difficult. Let me read a little further here. The engine supports that pass through the exhaust headers may be left off without dramatically affecting the visual impact of the finished kit. They are very hard to see when the engine assembly is completed. This decision is left to the builder. That's me and you guys. This assembly is challenging and will tax your patience, and we all know how much patience I have. So let's keep reading here. But it can be done. Can be done. It says so right here. It can be done. Bottom line, underlined, bottom line, leaving those engine supports off will greatly simplify the construction. So what we're going to do is we're going to put those engine supports on. We're going to try to do it. Why not, right? We have them. So I've set aside this episode for us doing this assembly. They make it sound like it's terribly difficult. So we're going to give it a try. So first thing we need to do is, if you have decided, I love this in the first direction. If you have decided to try your hand at installing the engine supports, position the right engine support C44. And let me make sure I have these right first things first. So this is right hand, this is C44, this is C45. To the engine plate, okay, so what does it say? Position the right engine support to the engine plate, rear bulkhead, and the engine. Glue the top leg and engine in place. Do not glue the bottom leg of the bulkhead to support. So basically, what they want us to do is glue this top and this back side. But I've looked, okay, so here's the deal. I've looked down, where is it? I've looked here. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but basically, let me make sure this is the right one again. This is the right side. Yes, and this is the right side. This support has to thread through, both of these have to thread through these header pipes, and it has to go, okay, so it goes underneath the back three and then it goes, how does this go? Okay, my patience have already been tried. Let's see, it goes underneath that one, but then it goes through like that. Is that right? I wish it would give me a finished drawing instead of I think that's how that goes, is like that. So my point being, I think I want to thread these through the header before I attach them. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't think I'm going to make it happen. So now we go with the bottom one, we got to go behind. Oh my goodness. Okay, you've got to go. Yeah, this could be a hassle and a half. Okay, so let's see. Let's get this bottom one through here. It's got to go behind our last pipe here, in front of the second to last, behind that one. Okay, so it's got to thread through. let's get this. Is that even doable? Is that even a thing? I don't even know if I can get it through there. It won't fit. Now, how am I supposed to do this? Behind, yeah, it has to go through there. I think I need to trim some of this. There's a little bit of flashing or something in here that I couldn't even see. It's so in there. So I'm gonna have to probably patch up some paint on this too. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. If I can make this happen, that's fine. So I'm having to trim down some stuff that's in here that I didn't even see in here. Because why would you? Okay. And that exposes some of the white plastic, but that's okay. We can fix that up. Okay, let me make sure I get this. It goes, which way does it go? Yeah, it goes this way. So now we've got to go behind that pipe. Are you gonna be able to, is it gonna do this? Okay, yeah, through there and then out there, but then I've also got to go through here. Okay, come on, get in there. Okay, like that. Okay, I think that's threaded through correctly. Hopefully you guys can kind of see what we've had to do, where basically this top pipe is behind, or the top support is behind the rear 3 pipes. The bottom one is behind, wait, does it go? Yeah, so it's behind this pipe, in front of this pipe, and behind that pipe. So it kind of weaves through there like so. Okay, and then what's going to happen is it's going to go, let me make sure, I want to make sure and connect this into the correct, yeah, it goes into that bottom, this little bottom notch, this hole, and then that hole. Okay, so we've got to get, I think what we'll do is try to get this glued in first. Now it is saying leave that bottom one unglued, but that's because I was supposed to thread it through. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this front, I'm going to glue these front pieces in. Yeah, and then I think I'll glue the flanges and this bottom piece in at the same time. So let's try this. Okay, let me grab, I'm gonna use the CA glue, I think. And I'm just gonna put just a dot right here in each of these mounting locations, right there and right here. Okay. Hang loose for me there for a second, if you would, engine. And let's go ahead and put these in like so. Whoops. Where's my tweezers? Right there. That's where that goes. That's where that goes. Let me make sure. Okay. Nope. I got to get that forward of it. Okay. And then this is going to go right there. Is it? It does go into that the front hole? Yes. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Okay. So I think that's going to be, in fact, let's see. How do I want to do this? Let me grab our cardboard here. Sorry. I mean, we're literally doing this together. And apparently this is the hardest part of the entire build. So if we can get this handled, I think we'll be good to go. I think what I want to do, trying to decide. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to glue all the flanges and that one and the back support there all at the same time. And I'm going to use a paper clip, or not a paper clip, but whatever this thing is, a toothpick to do this. Let me put some glue on each of these, each flange, because I think they're going to kind of fold in place all together is what it's looking like. Well, at least that's my hope and dream. So what I think I can do now is just fold this header back into place like so, and then let me see, let me do that with my left hand, and then I think I can place this guy in, which I think it is. Okay, and I also read further down the road to make sure this is horizontal with the transaxle, the tailpipe that is, or the exhaust pipe or whatever that's going to be called. Yeah, that is not wanting to, this is not wanting to go in place. Let me see if I can hold that. I'm going to have to really hold this in place, I think. The problem is I think we weren't able to really get we weren't able to really get the paint removed from the pieces. So I'm afraid when I let go of this, it's going to be under tension and it's just going to pop the paint loose. But we'll see what happens. If it does, I'll try to scrape it off. Yeah, it's not wanting to hold, is it? I mean, that's where it goes, right, like that. If I can get that to just glue up, we'll be good to go. And that's this, straighten that out. And that's actually this is very horizontal. You guys can't see it, but there we go. It's horizontal, very horizontal with the transaxle, at least I think it is. Let me sit and hold this just for a second and see if it'll glue up. I don't know how good a contact we're really making there, but we'll see. The other side, I think it threads through also, doesn't it? I'll have to read about putting this other side in, how we go about doing it. Glue the left inside header D62. Which one is D62? Yeah, that's going to be the other one. To the left outside header, carefully glue the left number 4 header. Okay, that's just putting the headers together. Okay. Using the illustrations as guides, this is what we're actually doing. The best way to position the header in the first thread of the lower right inner support between the, oh my goodness. I think I'm just going to look at the picture, and I'm going to do it the same way I just did this one on the driver's side. Okay, that one. Okay, we got a couple flanges but we're getting there. I just need to add some glue. So we got our front flange glued, but the rest didn't. And I think our support is pretty much in place. Let me see here. Let me make sure that's, yeah. I mean, it's, I think, pretty well where it needs to go. I think what I need to do is just some fresh glue in there. Let's do this. Let's get a good dab of fresh glue on the cardboard. And then, because I've got to get, each one of these need to glue down, each one of these flanges. So I need to make sure and get plenty. Let me kind of make sure, that's good, that's good. And then let's get this one on. This one has the little peg, that kind of places it, orients it, have whatever you want to say. Okay, get in there like so. Make sure we're straight back here. I can use my pinky to kind of adjust. I think that's pretty good. And now I'm gonna hold. This would be a lot easier without those motor supports or whatever you call these in there, because that's what's kind of holding everything under tension right now. Otherwise, I just glue the header on and we'd be done. But what's the fun in that? Let's try to do the thing. That's my opinion. Okay, those are gluing. I need this one to glue. This middle one. This I don't know what is that cylinder? How does Chevrolet do it? I don't know. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, cylinder 6? I think that's right. In front left, cylinder 1 on a Chevrolet, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So anyways, this cylinder right here, what I think is cylinder 6, that one's really under tension. It's really wanting to pop away. Dang it. I thought we had it. I'm afraid that because we're gluing to paint, I'm trying to make sure this stays horizontal too. It might not want to stick. It might not want to glue. Yeah, all of the other 3, I can show you guys. Maybe. Can you see the gap right here? And stick the knife right in there. These are glued. So what I might do, that one's really under tension there. I might just let these other ones cure up real quick. So I know that that's stuck, because I know that's, let me double check. I think we're pretty, I think that's horizontal. I think that's horizontal here. So we'll just kind of let that sit and glue up. And then let's take a look at this one. Let me move the glue. I glued my gluing my paper toothpick to the cardboard. Let's look at this one. So it has to lace through. Okay, let's get it oriented correctly. It's going to go this way. Oh boy, let's see. This goes behind those. Is this the right header? The correct header? Well, I mean, it has to be. Why does it look so different? How in the world am I supposed to get that through there? There's no space through there. Does it just kind of go like that, I guess? And then this. I don't know how we're going to make this happen. it goes like that, and then this goes down, this goes behind. I guess it just kind of goes like, this one's not, I guess it just kind of goes right. I guess it just kind of goes like that. I don't know if y'all could see any of that, but I think it just goes like that. I think is what's going on there. Yeah, that's what's going on. Okay. Okay, so we'll let that sit like that for right now. Now, I really want to get this glued up, though, before we move on. I'd like to get one side completely done. So let me see if I can just get, let's try again here. I don't really know what the answer is here other than just trying to hold it and hope that CA glue does the trick. I hate this. I hate to make you guys sit here and watch me. I mean, we're literally, you're just watching me hold this here, like watching glue dry. But I don't know how else to make that happen. And I think it's all in the correct positioning. I can see why they say, "Oh, try your patience." I mean, it is a little patience trying for sure. I think this is the more complicated side that we just did. Of course, now that I said that out loud, probably not, but I hope so. Okay, I'm gonna hold this a little longer, extra time than usually. It takes about 45 seconds for CA glue if you give good pressure. If it's gonna have good surface adherence, whatever the word is, it'll happen. But I'm gonna hold it a little longer just because. Nope. See, it's not. It's just too much tension here, and it's pulling the paint. I mean, I can try. I hate spraying painted surfaces, but let's do that and see if that'll help. Shouldn't hurt the paint. Probably just haze it up, I guess. Probably doesn't hurt anything to haze it a little bit. It's a little too black anyways. That's probably not a bad thing. And I think it worked as far as the glue goes. Okay, that's stuck. Doesn't seem to be moving. I hate to mess with it too much right now because I don't want to hurt any, I don't want to knock it. Well, I guess it is. If it's going to come loose, it's going to come loose. What can you do, right? I'm going to try to carefully hold it though. And then let's dry fit this guy here. Oh boy, this one, we've got all these pipe in the way. Oh boy, I can see why they were saying, okay, so that pipe goes, or that hose goes there. Where is this one supposed to go? That's coming off. They have it kind of just going up this way. It's going to go up this way somewhere. Okay, so it has to go. So I have to figure out how to manipulate these hoses. Okay, this hose goes, okay, it goes there. And then that's that one going off that way. That's that one going off that way. And then that one goes, that one goes, but I think I can feed it in there. So wherever it ends up, that's fine. This is the hose that has to kind of go back behind this, but I can make that happen. This hose, yeah, it has to go underneath that. Okay, that's easy enough. Okay, so let's dry fit it first. It's going to go here and up here, and then this will have to go. Is this going to work is my question. This is going to go up like in here. On this one, this one I think I might mount the header first. Where's the hole for that? It's down the back side of that. Yeah, it may be easier to mount the header. Sorry guys, this is finicky, especially when you start dropping stuff. Okay, is that all? Okay, I think we're still good. So I can that's I need to get that out of the way. Yeah. And that goes there, up in here like so. And then that's going to go there. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay. In fact, let me go ahead. I'm going to glue the front first. I think we'll do it. Yeah, I have to touch up some paint over here. I've got CA glue, but that's fine. No big deal. Let me do it. I'm going to do it. I think I've kind of changed my mind. I'm going to do it in the same order as the other side. So I'm going to glue up those front pieces first, the front supports, motor supports they're calling them. The ones that go on the bulkhead first, which is going to be here. That, and then it goes here. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? I hope so. Like so. There we go. Let's move this out of the way. And then, okay, very carefully. Let's see, we need it to go this way. And it's going to go, I got to get that hose out of the way there. Like that and like that. Oh, that is how that, yeah, and then the hose is supposed to go in front. So I'll have to move that hose a little bit when I do the header. I mean, it said to go ahead and glue this thing in place. Maybe I should go ahead and do that. I think I probably should. Make sure that header stays threaded in there. And then let's see if I can do this one-handed. Okay. Let's put a little glue on that back side there. Go ahead and glue it in place. Right here, like so. Right there. I got to keep this header kind of threaded in there, though. I don't want to lose that. Okay, let's just go ahead and glue that in place. I think this header might be coming loose, which could be a problem. Okay. Give it just a second. That hose, this hose is correct. It goes behind that, but it's going to go forward of the header. So I'm going to kind of push it forward out of the way there. This does not seem plausible. I don't see how oh, maybe it will get up there to it. Yeah, okay, up there like that. There we go. Okay, the header will make it. Again, it's going to be a tight, wow, yes. Again, it's under tension. It really does put it, definitely make tension on that, on those flanges, which makes it a hard glue up. Move that out of the way. You know, the two front ones are naturally just going in place. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these two back ones. So what are we saying? This is the 1 through 4 bank. So we'll cylinders 1 and 2, they're kind of popping in there naturally. 3 and 4 are the two I'm going to glue up, and then I think the front two will just hold in place by themselves. I might not need to try to move them out of location where they're at now for glue. And if I don't have to, I'm not going to. Yeah, let's glue these up like that. Okay, move this out of the way. Now let's push those. Now this is way off though. There we go. Let's make sure. I think I mainly just want to make sure these two tailpipes are exhaust pipes, but that is not making it over top. Yeah, you gotta kind of, wow, that's a tough, yeah, this is a tough ask here. Okay, let's see. I squeeze, I don't want to break anything that I've already done. I think that's right there, right there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure we're lined up. I'm going to spray it. I don't mind if it discolors a little bit. It really doesn't. It kind of adds to a bit of a natural look on that black. Give it a little more character. And those look even. But why is this one so much longer? Is it supposed to be like that, I wonder? I don't even know. I mean, the flanges are where they go. Y'all see that? Is that how it's supposed to be? Oh man, that didn't really. Yeah, this back one. This back one's a tough one because it's that bar is right in the way. It didn't glue up, did it? Kind of needs to rotate in there more than just squeeze in there like that. Yeah, let me try that. Okay. Yeah, it's all about just trying to get it to fit correctly. I mean, obviously, but how you get there, how you get to that, how you get it to fit correctly. And this one, I think it needs to more rotate in instead of just push in, because we've got to keep those equal like so. Let me just hold that a second. I think that's, yeah, there it goes. It's stuck. They were still accelerant there. And look at that. I think that's, I mean, they're very straight with each other, the two pipes. I don't know why one's longer than the other. I don't know if that's a thing. It's very strange. I mean, they're where they go. They're where they're supposed to be. As far as, you know, where the flanges are and all that kind of stuff. I guess that's just how it is. I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to let that dry up. I've got a little bit of black paint I'll need to touch up in there. That's not a problem. Yeah, and touch up right here, not a problem. Just, it's, in fact, some of that will just clean up. It's the hazing from the accelerant I just sprayed on there, but I didn't have a choice. I had to do it. I can't sit here and hold it for 30 minutes or whatever it would take. But that's got it. I think we actually pulled off what they're saying is the toughest. I'll touch up the paint. I'll shoot a short with this, just like I did on step one. What I'm going to do for each step, I'm going to shoot a short. So step one, step two, step three, you know, the structure, the finished product, I'm going to shoot a short for it. I think it's a good way to kind of fill out that shorts catalog and give you guys a closer look at what we've got. You'll be able to get a nice close look. So be sure to check out the short tab so you can see that. But I think that worked out. It took, I don't know, what, 25 minutes to do step two. But they did say it is the hardest step in the thing, and I can see what they're talking about. That was, I mean, it was, I'm not going to say it was like ridiculously hard, but it was, I could see where it can be trying. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Let me know how we did. Let me know if you've done this before, if you did this step or if you skipped it or how you did it. Yeah, leave those comments down below. Hit those likes if you would. It really does help. Comments and likes really help the channel. If that's something you want to do, you know, help out the channel, just do that for me if you would. Hit the subscribe button. Do all those things you do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.